Should we go and get some food? Can you repeat that? How can you ask questions so that native and fluent speakers can understand you and you can understand them? Well, it's all about expectations. We all expect to hear familiar sound combinations, a certain kind of intonation that we associate to a certain kind of information. And when we don't get what we are expecting, the first reaction is
shock. Shock because in our mind, everything is totally connected with...
You know what I'm talking about. You know how it feels. I know how it feels too, because I've been through this. It feels frustrating, demotivating, embarrassing. But I also know how I can help you avoid this kind of situations. And this is what this video is all about. Learning how to ask questions in a spontaneous way with the natural pronunciation and intonation so that native and fluent speakers can understand you and you can understand them. I'm Cerasela, qualified English teacher, fluency coach, and founder of FluencyRoutine. And I have a single purpose: help you bridge the gap between knowing English and being able to use English in real life situations so that you can go from feeling frustrated and embarrassed to feeling at ease and confident when interacting in English. FluencyRoutine, we treat language as a whole. That's why in today's video, you are not simply going to learn about pronunciation and intonation, but you are also going to learn how to make questions automatic so you can ask them spontaneously in real life situations. To do that, we are going to focus on sounds, on intonation, and we are going to associate certain sounds to certain kinds of questions, depending on what kind of information we want to get with that question. So I'm going to walk you through the main kind of questions in the past, in the present, and in the future, analyzing the pronunciation, the intonation, and the kind of information that you need. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to use effectively and naturally questions that start with shall. But now, let's focus on the main questions in the past, in the present, and in the future. I would like you to imagine that you are at an event where you have the possibility to meet different people. And the first person you meet is Sarah. Now, depending on the kind of information that you want to get from Sarah, you will have to ask certain questions. Let's say you want to know some facts about Sarah, facts about her life. You want to know something about things that she does systematically, her routine. So the sound is ju, ju, ju. What do you do? What do you do for a living? Where do you work? Where do you work? Where do you work? Where do you work? Where do you live? Where do you live? Do you? Where do you live? Now, if you need to know the same kind of information but about Sarah's friend, you are going to produce the sound does she, which is does she, but in natural fast speech we say does she, and does he. What does she do? What does he do for a living? Where does she work? Where does he work? So the sounds that we associate with facts about something or someone, routines, repeated actions are two. Do you? Does she? Do you? Does he? Where do you live? Where does she live? Now, let's say that after this initial question, you want to know about something that she's doing just in this period. in this moment. So it's an exception from her routine. If you are referring to things that are exceptions or temporary actions, then the sound that you need to associate with this kind of information is a U, which is the contracted form that native and fluent speakers use instead of are, you. The first sound, is the most common sound in English and is called the Shwe sound. Are you? What are you doing? What are you doing now or in this period? Where are you working now or in this period? What are you working on? Where are you living now? Also, you can connect where with a you. Where are you living now? Where are you living now? If, again, you are referring to Sarah's friend, you are going to produce the same kind of sound, z. What is she doing now? Where is she living? He. What is he doing? Where is she living? So, what are you doing now? What is she doing now? Are you doing? Is she doing? Now, in this period, in this moment, temporary. So the sound for general facts, permanent actions, repeated actions. Do you? Does she? The sounds for exceptions, temporary actions. Are you? Is she? Now, let's move on to questions about the past. You get curious about Sarah's past experience. So the sounds that you are going to have to associate with questions about experience, about past experience, are the following. Have you? Have you? Have you? Where have you? Where have you worked? Where have you lived in your life? What companies have you worked for? What companies have you worked for? Associate this sound, have you, with past experience. Focus on experience, no details about when, how, why, what. Just experience. You want to know yes or no. Have you worked there? Yes. Have you done this? Yes. Have you visited that country? No. Have you ever worked with that person? No. Experience, have you? Again, if it's about Sarah's friend, you are going to produce a slightly different sound, which again is z. Has she? She. Has she? Has she lived in Argentina? Has she worked for that company too? No. Yes. Again, you ask questions about someone's past experience. Has she? Have you? Has she? Have you? Have you ever done this? No. Has she ever done this? Yes. After you ask that question about someone's past experience, let's say you get even more curious and you want some details about the past. You want to know when, you want to know how, why. So all these questions about details, specific details in the past, are going to be associated with the sound did you, did you, did you, did she, did you, did he, did they, did I. When did you work for that company? When did she arrive? How did you do that? When did you do that? How come did you do that? What did you say? When did you say that? When did she say that? So, question about the experience. Have you? Has she? Have you worked there? No. Has she worked there? Yes. Details about that past experience. When did she work there? When did you work there? So we have covered the past, the present. Now let's connect the past to the present. Because if you want to refer to something, to an action that started in the past and is continuing in the present because you want to know the amount of time someone has been doing something, how long have you been? Imagine this as a chain of sounds that you will have to produce automatically whenever you want to know the amount of time. How long have you been working here for? How long have you been studying English for? How long have you been using this software for? How long have you been waiting for me? In this case, if you're referring to Sarah's friend, you are going to produce the sound Z. Instead of have you, has she? How long has she been doing this for? How long has she been working in this company for? How long have you been doing this? How long has she been doing this for? Now, you know facts about Sarah's life. Where do you live? You know what Sarah is doing at the moment. Where are you working at the moment? You know about Sarah's past experience. Have you worked for that company? You know details about Sarah's past experience. When did you work for that company? You know the amount of time Sarah has been doing something for. How long have you been working for this company for? Now you want to know something about Sarah's future. Are you gonna? Gonna is the contraction of going to. When are you gonna? Are you gonna finish? When are you gonna finish? When are you gonna? When are you gonna finish? What are you gonna say? Are you gonna? Are you gonna say? What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? If it's about Sarah's friend, you are going to ask, is she gonna? Where is she gonna go? What is she gonna do? What is she gonna do? What are you gonna do? What's she gonna do? What are you gonna say? What is she gonna say? As I promised, I'm going to tell you how to use shall in a question. This kind of structure is not present in all languages, so that's why it's a little bit difficult. It is very important to associate the sounds with the kind of information that you want to get. Shall is used either in the form shall we or shall I. Shall we? And shall we becomes in fast speech shwe. Shwe. Now, shwe or shall I are used with two basic meanings. One is when you want to suggest things under the form of a question. Shall we go? Shall we have dinner here? Shall we get some food? Shall I help you? Shall I help you? Shall we go? Shall I help you? So this is one meaning, when you want to suggest things. The second meaning is when you do not exactly know what you need to do, so you ask for confirmation. Imagine you get to a job interview and you have to wait, but you're not really sure where you have to wait. So you ask at the reception desk, shall I wait here? Shall I wait here? Or you call somebody and that person is busy and you say, shall I call you later? Shall I call you later? You suggest, should we go and get some food? Or you ask for confirmation. Shall I wait here? Now, how do you make these questions automatic? Because watching this video is the first step, is the understanding, is being aware of the sounds, but you need further practice to make something automatic and to be able to use something spontaneously without thinking in real life situations. Watch my first video, which explains exactly the 4 steps you need to go through to make new language automatic. Also, I have prepared an audio recording with further practice that you can listen to, repeat out loud, so that you can reinforce this association between sounds, intonation, and the kind of information that you want to get from the person you are asking the question to. To support you with the practice, I have also created a PDF with the main information we have discussed in this video and with the script of the audio recording, so that you can also have it written down, not only oral. I hope you found this method helpful. Remember, you need to practice out loud, not into your head. And watching this video is not enough to make language automatic. I'll see you next time. Till then, take care. Bye bye.